The Young and the Restless Spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today is a wild day and my mind is completely trapped in Genoa City right now. I just finished the latest episode and I am literally shaking. I had to jump on here immediately to vent with you guys because nobody else gets this level of stress. Let's dive right into this absolute madness. I cannot believe he just did that. I am sitting here typing this late at night, staring at my screen, and I am just screaming internally, Kyle Abbott, what on earth were you thinking? I mean, I love the guy. I really do. But going in completely alone? Are you kidding me right now? I am still trying to catch my breath because the anxiety that entire sequence gave me was off the charts. You do not just go rogue and break into a creepy psychiatrist's house without backup. Because, let's be real, we all knew Kyle was reaching his breaking point. I've been watching this show since 2015, and this is honestly the most reckless, terrifying, and yet weirdly heroic thing they've ever had him do. He is desperate. His mother has been missing for weeks. Her car was just left in the parking lot, and Jack has been acting like a cornered animal. Kyle isn't stupid. He knows Jack is hiding something massive. And we know what Jack is hiding, right? That absolutely sickening photo Patty Williams showed him of Diane unconscious in a white padded cell, plus that disgusting blackmail demand where Patty wants Jack to sleep with her to recreate their yacht magic in exchange for Diane's location. Just saying that out loud makes my skin crawl. But Kyle doesn't know all those twisted details. He just knows his mom is in grave danger and his dad is paralyzed by whatever sick game is being played. So, what does our boy Kyle do? He lies straight to Jack's face and decides to play detective all by himself. But guys, Markham's house isn't just a house. It is a literal fortress. I am not exaggerating. When Kyle pulled up to that place, my stomach dropped into my shoes. It looked like a maximum security prison disguised as a high-end estate. And the moment Kyle slipped inside, the atmosphere completely shifted. The lighting, the eerie silence, the maze-like hallways, it was pure horror movie material. I know some people are loving this dark thriller vibe Y&R is doing right now, but personally, my nerves are shot. Kyle immediately got lost. Of course he did. The house is a labyrinth. He was wandering down these dark, unfamiliar corridors, and every time he turned a corner, I was yelling at my TV, telling him to turn back. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the cameras. The security cameras. Markham wasn't even home, but that almost made it worse, because the entire fortress is rigged with state-of-the-art surveillance. You could see the little red lights blinking in the corners of the ceiling. Markham is a total psycho, and there is zero chance he doesn't have motion alerts pinging his phone right now. Kyle is so busted. He was creeping around trying to be stealthy, but he was practically putting on a one-man show for Markham's security system. And then, oh my God, then it happened. The sound that is going to haunt my nightmares for the next week. Kyle heard her. He heard Diane. It started as this faint, muffled sobbing, and then it escalated into these agonizing, desperate cries for help. Help me. Please. Somebody help me. Susan Walters is acting her absolute butt off right now because the sheer terror in her voice shattered my heart into a million pieces. You could hear the psychological torture she is enduring in that barred room. She is locked up, gaslit by Markham, holding on to a letter opener for dear life, and she has no idea her son is literally just walls away. Kyle's reaction was everything. The panic that washed over his face. He started frantically running his hands along the walls, trying to figure out where the sound was coming from. But the house is a fortress. Remember? The acoustics were playing tricks on him. He couldn't pinpoint the room. He was so close, like agonizingly close, but he couldn't find the door. I was practically off my couch, screaming, "Break down the drywall, Kyle. Do something." But he couldn't. He was totally disoriented in that maze, and the tragic irony of Kyle being inches away from Diane, hearing her beg for her life, and not being able to reach her. That is soap opera gold. People. It hurts so much, but it is brilliant writing. So then Kyle has to make the hardest decision of his life. He realizes he is completely lost. He can't find the room, and those red camera lights are staring right at him. He knows he is being recorded. He knows if Markham comes back with some goons, he's going to end up in a padded cell right next to his mother. He had to leave. I was so torn in that moment. Part of me was calling him a coward, like, how do you walk away when your mother is crying for you? But then I contradicted myself 2 seconds later, because realistically, if he gets caught, who is going to save Diane? Jack? Jack is busy trying to figure out how to avoid sleeping with Patty Williams. Kyle had to get out of there to bring the cavalry. It was the smart play. But watching him back away, tears in his eyes, listening to his mom's cries fade as he escaped the fortress. Wow. Just wow. And the aftermath? Pure adrenaline. Kyle books it out of there, completely traumatized, and speeds straight back to the Abbott mansion. He doesn't even hesitate. He bursts in and completely unloads on Jack. He confesses everything: the lie, the break-in, the fortress, the cameras, and worst of all, the cries. You guys should have seen Peter Bergman's face. Jack looked like he had been struck by lightning. The guilt, the horror, the realization that his son just risked his life and actually found where Diane is being kept. Jack has been carrying the weight of Patty's sick blackmail all alone. But now the secret is out. Kyle knows where she is, even if he couldn't get to her. Am I the only one who thinks this changes everything? Because up until now, Jack was playing defense. He was letting Patty pull the strings. But now that Kyle has physically been inside Markham's house and heard Diane, the Abbotts are going to go to war. Remember when they tried this kidnapping plot with Phyllis years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either, because you do not back these families into a corner. I just know Jack and Kyle are going to team up. They can't go to the cops. Detective Burrow is completely useless and already thinks Diane just ran away. No, this is going to be an off-the-books rescue mission. But I am terrified of what Markham is going to do when he checks his security footage. If the rumors are true, and Dr. Markham is actually Martin Laurent with a surgically altered face, which, by the way, would explain why Diane saw Dr. Alan Lawrence books in her room, then Markham is infinitely more dangerous than we thought. If he sees Kyle on those tapes, he might move Diane. He might hurt her. And what about Patty? If Markham calls Patty and tells her Kyle broke in, Patty is going to lose her absolute mind. She might accelerate her blackmail timeline with Jack. I swear, if Jack actually gives in and sleeps with Patty to save Diane, I might throw my television out the window. I can't handle that level of grossness. Wait, I'm getting off track again. Let's just focus on Kyle. For all his flaws, for all the times I have rolled my eyes at his corporate whining, he stepped up today. He went into the belly of the beast. He faced down a literal fortress for his mother. It was reckless, it was stupid, but it was born out of pure, unconditional love. I know some people in the forums are calling Kyle an idiot for not calling the police before he went in. But personally, I get it. When your family is missing, logic goes out the window. You just act. I am so anxious for the next episode. We need to see Jack and Kyle storm that fortress together. Maybe they can enlist someone with some actual tactical skills. I'd say Victor, but Victor is too busy playing the doting husband while secretly drugging Nikki and looting her entire estate under a fake medical power of attorney. Seriously, Victor is being absolute trash right now, but that's a rant for another day. So it's all on the Abbotts. Jack and Kyle versus Markham and Patty. The stakes have never been higher, and my blood pressure's through the roof. What did you guys think of Kyle's solo mission? Was he brave or just plain foolish? Let me know, because I need to talk this out before I explode.